Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So today we're going to be going through the governor's map, the Senate map, and then the House map from Real Clear Politics, and pretty much go through all of the ratings through a number of states and what it means for the 2018 midterm elections. So with around 2 months remaining in the 2018 election year, we have 20 Democrats on the governor's side and 22 Republicans on the Republican governorships. And yes, I know it is called gubernatorial elections. I just don't like using that word because governor elections is much more simpler and it gets the point across much better. And looking at this map, it doesn't look too bad for Democrats. Right now, Democrats currently have 16 governorships or governor's mansions, and the independents have 1, and the Republicans currently have 33. So in 2016, the Democrats had 15, 1 independent, 34 Republicans, which was 1 away from the largest majority for the Republicans ever. And now, after the 2017 election year, when New Jersey turned blue, it went down to 33 Republicans and 16 Democrats and 1 independent. So still, the map wasn't too lenient for the Democrats. But now we're looking at a map where the Democrats and Republicans are pretty much in an even playing field in terms of toss-up races. They currently have toss-ups in Kansas, Ohio, Wisconsin, Georgia, Florida, Arizona, and Alaska, which were all states that Donald Trump carried in 2016. There are contested races in Iowa, Michigan, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and those are all states that Donald Trump did carry as well, but pretty much already have a characterization, and one actually is characterized to flip from the GOP, and that is the state of Michigan. So bring your attention to Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. These are Trump states except for Minnesota, but pretty much they were all close in their margins except for Ohio, but all of which are either in the Democratic column or toss-up column. So Wisconsin and Ohio are in the toss-up column. Michigan is already projected to go from red to blue, while Minnesota and Pennsylvania are still expected to narrowly retain in the Democratic column. Not a good look for the president in the key area that landed him a secure slot in the White House in 2016. As for contested races down in Georgia and Florida, those races pretty much shouldn't be contested. Georgia is a pretty Republican state. Florida is a Republican state in terms of approval of the president, and its 2016 results pretty much shouldn't be contested either. The Democrats aren't doing too well in Maryland, Massachusetts, Vermont, and New Hampshire, all 4 states won by Hillary Clinton, but still, it all comes down to the incumbent governor, so that is kind of expected. But in New Mexico, Colorado, Arizona, Nevada, the Sunbelt states pretty much are not a good sign for the GOP, considering they already have possibilities of pickups in Nevada and Arizona, both of which have Republican incumbents that are now in the toss-up column, and New Mexico is already projected to flip to the Democrats, and Colorado retaining in the column. So not much different on the governor map, just it's a lot better for Democrats than it was in previous years, with the Democrats already expected to make a total of 4 gains nationwide. And then we can go ahead and look at the Senate map. No gains expected for either political party looking at this map. We currently have 44 Democrats and 47 Republicans, so again, not too contested of a map. Pretty much Republicans always have the upper hand in terms of the playing field, except for the House of Representatives, but we will get to that in a second. If you notice, and you bring your attention over to Texas, it has been moved from the leaning GOP column down to the toss-up column. So that's not a good sign for the GOP. It's not a good look for Ted Cruz if he wants any future political aspirations besides being a senator from Texas. So again, the last time Texas was a toss-up was actually before, later on into the election, around early October, when Hillary Clinton was polling only 3% behind. Sorry about that. My voice just cut off for some reason. It wasn't like a technical thing. It was just my voice. But Texas was a toss-up for about a week, and then it got moved all the way to the likely column, and Indiana, Missouri were also toss-ups. They got moved all the way to the likely column. So after the James Comey letter, Hillary Clinton's numbers dropped. Not saying it was just because of that, but that definitely did play a factor. That's something that you can't really deny. And a number of other factors did as well, enter the race as well. Hillary Clinton's not unlikability, I guess, and of course other factors that could have influenced the outcome of the election. That's not what we're talking about. It's just the point that the last time that was contested was early October in 2016, and then all of a sudden it moved to the likely GOP column. So that could still happen for Texas, but it's very interesting to see states like Texas, Arizona, Montana, North Dakota, Missouri, Tennessee, Indiana, and Florida, all contested races, all won by Donald Trump in 2016. Every single one of the states in here was a state won by Donald Trump in 2016, except for Nevada with Dean Heller. And it just so happens one of the 4 seats, that are contested that have Republican incumbents were won by Hillary Clinton. So that's also not a good sign for the GOP there. Republicans currently have 47 seats and 46 solid seats that are in the safe or not up column. So obviously, at the advantage. The Democrats only have 37 in that characterization. They currently have 4 in the leaning Democratic seats from West Virginia, New Jersey, Wisconsin, and Minnesota special election. And then for the likely Democratic seats, they have Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and that is it. So very interesting. Also interesting to see Pennsylvania, Michigan, Ohio, West Virginia, and Wisconsin all rated as Democratic states, even though Donald Trump won them in 2016. It's also pretty surprising to see Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Michigan characterized more as Democratic states then Wisconsin, or an election in Minnesota or New Jersey. And it's also weird seeing a very Republican state like West Virginia become a leaning blue state in this map. But the House map has not become any more lenient towards the GOP. In fact, the Democrats have gained in total seats with 201 Democrats. If you look in the leaning Democratic column, there are now 5 seats, and in the likely Democratic column, there are 4. So again, still not the best for the Democrats. I mean, they still only have 201, where the GOP was already at a point where they were going to take back the majority just based off the leaning and likely and safe characterizations from Real Clear Politics. But the Republicans currently have 191, and the Democrats have 201. So the Democrats are surpassed. They have passed the magic number of 200, which pretty much puts them ahead of where they were before. Right now, they have 194 in the United States House, not including vacancies, and now they would automatically have 201 based off the characterizations here. Keep in mind, looking at this map, the Democrats only need 17 out of these 41 seats right here. Okay, they need 17 from the toss-up column to take back the majority. There are currently 2 Democratic seats, so let's say they lose them. They would need 19 out of 41, so they wouldn't even need more than 50%. But let's say the Democrats do poll and finalize the map at where they are now come the 2018 midterm elections. Well, they currently lead by 9.5%, and according to 538, by 10.8% nationwide. If they can do that, forget about the toss-ups. They can all go to the Democrats, which would put them at a very substantial lead. But the leaning GOP states and some of the likely the leaning GOP districts and some of the likely GOP districts could go to the Democrats if there is truly as big of a wave as the generic ballot poll is suggesting. With this many toss-ups in the Republican column and this many in the lean GOP column, anything is fair game at this point in time. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.